Hello there. Welcome to another exciting episode of Artists Exposed with me, Tym Moss. Yay! I talked to D1 Music's Peter McClain and Keith Kemper. Yay! And then we listened to a whole bunch of other friends of mine. A lot of music up ahead for you. Also, I just want to let you know, this last weekend, I spent the entire weekend at the GLBT Expo here in New York City at the Javits Center, and it was off the hook. Saw so many friends. I hosted the video lounge. I'm also president of the board to create a new LGBT center in the Bronx, and we had a booth there. It was just non-stop, and good stuff. Actually, let's get this party started. So first up is D1 Music, Peter McClain, and Keith Kemper. Enjoy.
This is Peter McClain.
And Keith Kemper.
And we're D1 Music. And you're listening to
Tym Moss, Artists Exposed.
Your love is real, and I feel it in your kiss.
Welcome back to Artists Exposed with Tym Moss. We were just listening to Tabora's My Love for You, and I am here with the two producers, the production team of D1 Music, Mr. Keith Kemper, who's been on my show before, and my first-timer, Peter McClain. How are you? How are you doing, Peter?
Fantastic. Good to be a virgin on your show.
Yes. Well, trust me, virgins don't last long on my show. Keith, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's really been it's been a while, but yeah, everything's really cool. So this is exciting because D1 has now got a new artist we're working with, and I'm really excited to talk about.
Oh, cool, great. Well, we will get into all of that, but first, let's kind of get to know our resident virgin here, Peter McClain. So I love that accent. Do tell. Where are you from?
Australia.
Oh, I love Australians. So, can you give us a brief history of Peter McClain? Grew up in Australia and came to U.S. and music and.
About over a dozen years ago, I was invited over to New York by the Village People.
Oh, okay.
And I got to work with them, and that's where I met Keith. And we teamed up, and we think a lot the same when it comes to music and remixing of things, and we formed a remix team called D1 Music, and a decade later we're still going strong, and we have over a dozen Billboard hits under our belt.
Wow, excellent. That is so cool. So now you would you consider yourself a DJ, a producer? What I mean, do you actually go in the studio and create the songs with the artist?
Yes, Keith and I are in the fortunate position where, we're working with such a talented musician as Keith, we can actually go in and compose, record, produce, and, release product. We can do the whole deal.
Now, and so basically music brought you to the United States, and then you kind of decided you liked it and decided to stay?
Yeah, I came over as an artist and was performing and doing things here in New York City earlier on, and then with the formation of D1 Music, we found out it was much better for us to be actually on the production side, producing and whatever.
How fun. Well, Keith Kemper, old buddy Keith Kemper. So I know you're busy. You are always doing something. You've got so many artists. Now, we met originally, of course, with the wonderful Ernest Cole. And I know you've done some stuff with him since, and also like Lavari, my friend Lavari, and so do tell, what all have you been doing since we spoke last?
Well, yeah, there's just so many projects that I've been, for myself, just trying to get some work and so forth, but focusing on D1 right now and trying to get a lot of exposure for the artists. Basically, the production standpoint, I'm trying to keep it as much as universal as possible. I'm trying to give as many different universal sounds as possible for, hip hop, R&B, dance, whatever. So let people know that D1 is not just a dance label. I think me and Peter have talked about this. So my whole thing is to just watch and see how everything progresses. The excitement about all this is that for the first time, we're working with artist Shara, which we'll mention later, which is very universal. She's not just a dance artist, and we're trying to take her more towards the pop rock style, and almost like a Kelly Clarkson feel. Cool. And it's really, really going well. She's got a great image, and she's got a great voice, and we're really excited to see that happen.
Excellent. Well, we'll be playing her song in just a couple minutes. That is Shara Strand. Yes, and her song is Jekyll or Hyde, which we'll be listening to. So, Peter, did you get started in dance music, or was D1 kind of known as a dance label?
Well, in Australia, I was actually a dance artist. Performed and had different things happening under the name of Echo. And but coming over here, we've been very fortunate to work with some of the great people in the dance music industry, such as Lisa Hunt, recently with Tabora. Daryl Debono, Wanda Houston, a lot of really great artists. We did a couple of tracks for RuPaul, B2K, the Epic Group. We've been pretty busy.
And we also played with Sammy Figueroa as a conga player.
Oh, okay.
He actually played on Tabora's record for Ain't No Stopping Us Now, which we did a remake for.
Excellent.
So that was cool.
So tell us a little bit about Shara. What's going on with
Shara Strand. She's basically a songstress out of New York City. She's a singer-songwriter with a great life following. We met her, picked her up, and she's got a great voice. Just finished a national club tour. She did about a dozen clubs across the US and had a great time. Her current single, Jekyll or Hyde, is doing really well for her in the clubs, on the radio, and it's not doing too bad sales-wise either.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Keith, now you're from Brooklyn originally.
Yes.
You're a native New Yorker.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I grew up in Brooklyn. It's all on my bio on my webpage. I grew up listening to all of the genres of the 70s and the 80s, and I think that's where my musical texture came from. And then in the 90s, I ended up working with an independent dance label called Wacko Records. A little bit of a history there. And I met up with Johnny Vicious and a whole bunch of other remixes. I worked with Kenny Carpenter as well. So that gave me the foundation to being the producer I am today, and engineer and so forth. So
yeah. Well, that also, I mean, that's some great experience, and just. It's kind of like the younger ones that are starting out today. They don't have a history and an exposure to the wide variety of genres that we grew up with. You know what I mean? So that you definitely have, and I can hear that in your mixes. One might have like a definite heavy '70s flair to it, or a trance or a hip hop I mean, you're very versatile when it comes to genre.
When I worked on with Ernest, we worked on one of his old disco classics that he's trying to bring back as a play, and I had to give it that whole disco style because it wouldn't have worked any other way, and it worked beautifully. So I always try to keep versatile, because to me that's what makes a producer universal, working with outside of the dance industry. And as we know, that there's so many genres of music now to produce for.
Right.
So I'm trying to keep it as much open as possible, and to let people know that as a team we can produce any style of music for any artist if possible. So that's the idea behind that.
Well, we were listening to Tabora before. Now why don't we take a listen to Shara Strand singing Jekyll or Hyde.
This is Peter McClain.
And Keith Kemper.
And we're D1 Music. And you're listening to
Tym Moss, Artists Exposed.
Jekyll or Hyde, Jekyll or Hyde. Hearing everything you say won't change yesterday. I should get up and leave, but I can't break away. Don't wanna let you go, fighting everything I know. Don't wanna believe you put on a show. When I think you're here, you're not. Should I give you one more shot? Will you be up or down? Are you Jekyll or Hyde? I can't take no more. Been through the storm before. Sick of the up or down. Are you Jekyll or Hyde? Used to be perfect then. Thought you were my godsend. Thought what we had was real. I thought we were best friends. You do me wrong, why oh why? Got me going out of my mind. Your love is a crime, and I'm doing my time. When I think you're here, you're not. Should I give you one more shot? Will you be up or down? Are you Jekyll or Hyde? I can't take no more. Been through the storm before. Sick of the up or down. Are you Jekyll or Hyde? Jekyll or Hyde. Jekyll or Hyde. Jekyll or Hyde. Jekyll or Hyde.
Ooh, that was Shara Strand's Jekyll or Hyde, produced by D1 Music. Peter McClain and Keith Kemper, who I'm talking to here right now. Yay!
Yay!
So now D1, you were mentioning earlier that you're going to take on like a different genres now. Were you kind of known for dance music and you're spreading more into like pop, and because definitely Shara has a little bit more of a pop sound to her.
Yeah, that's very true. Shara does have much more of a pop sound. These days we're trying to get a pop sound to all the actual classic versions of the songs we do, so they can in turn have sync rights and more of a longer life. One of our biggest hits, The Joint Is Jumping by Lisa Hunt, was featured on Queer as Folk.
Okay.
And that was a big springboard for us. So even though we've had a big success in the dance music community, we're aiming a lot higher and now taking on the mainstream.
Excellent. That is so cool. So now, how is that with you with mixing, like with say Shara, for example?
Well, I mean, it's actually a lot of fun. I mean, I prefer it because it gives me more room as a creative keyboard player to create a much different style in the production. And we also hire live musicians, so now we're starting to branch out as more of a true company, not just two producers in the studio. So
and also we're working out of probably one of the most famous studios in the world, Avatar Music Studios here in New York City. So we're really stepping it up.
I see that. Congratulations. That is so exciting. Now, how can people find out about D1 Music? What is your website and social media, all of that?
Great question. Well, D1 Music is available everywhere on iTunes and everything like that. All the artists. We have a website, www.d1music.co, and we have a Facebook page and a Twitter account as well.
Okay, and they're all linked. I'm assuming, like you go to one, you can get to the other.
Yeah, they're all linked, and we have a new website, or an updated website being launched in about a week or two. So there'll be all the social media content connections on that as well.
So what is like your future expectations, or what are you? Perhaps television.
And the Grammy goes to. Keith and I would love to work with some major label artists on productions, and I think that's where we're heading. All our productions are viewed very favourably by some of the bigger labels, which is nice, since we're competing with them on the charts. We're finishing Shara's album in the short term, and we have a new single coming out for a lady called Kimberly Davis, who has had 2 previous Billboard hits with us.
Wonderful, wonderful. Keith, can you tell us a little bit about Kimberly Davis and her style and what you did on that?
yeah, she's amazing. I must say I feel to be blessed by working with somebody with such talent.
Wow.
It's like going back to Motown, bringing Motown back into today's generation.
Oh,
she is the epitome of what a real diva singer should sound like in this generation.
Wow.
And I'm privileged to say that she's amazing to work with. She's really easy to work with, and like spot on. She knows exactly what she needs to do, basically. So we're just really excited to have this kind of talent in our team. So I'm hoping that, you know, as time goes on, we're going to see things progress to the point where people are going to now notice this is not just an independent situation, like Peter says, to make it more mainstream.
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
Well, and again, I think the amount of versatility of genres that you're offering would be very inviting to the mainstream.
Well, it really is. Artists we work for, besides RuPaul, we have Supernova, who is actually my business partner, Satya, as well. He's very much a club kid and a huge success, with what he does in the clubs. But we're very fortunate, as Keith said, to work with such a talent as Kimberly Davis. She is the lead singer of Chic, currently touring the world with Nile Rodgers. And her latest song "With You" that we're just about to hear very shortly. The single version was produced by Jim Papoulis and Tony Smith for D1 Music, and we're doing a remix on that. But it's a great track. It's a gospel house number, and the kids are going to be twirling in the club. Yeah.
Oh God, I love it! I can't wait to hear that.
It's also going to bring the old DJs out, and they're going to come back and they're going to start realizing that it hasn't died. The old garage style that was made house classic in the 90s is now making a comeback through that production. So people, when they hear this, they'll realize, wow, this really does have some potential. So we're hoping that basically, of course, I'm gonna go with more of more pop commercial KTU style, very progressive, high energy style for the vocal. But for the classic DJs, they'll have that mix through Tony. So it should be exciting.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, or what I was trying to explain earlier, is kind of reintroducing genres to like the new generation or to like the DJs, and you're kind of like setting the standard or setting the bar a little bit higher, for them to, because there are so many incredible sounds and feelings and moves and grooves that are out there from the past that we need to reintroduce.
Rather than naming styles and whatever, it's really focusing on, as Keith and I do, getting an organic sound happening in relation to the truthfulness of the track. And that's what people relate to on the dance floor, and that's why our songs stand beside the other songs on a dance floor. And that's why people and DJs love them.
Yes, I agree. Well, once again, Peter McClain and Keith Kemper, thank you so much. D1 Music, and you can find them at d1music.co. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes. And thank you very much for your support. It's been really great having you today chat to us,
Yes, and it's nice that you're not a virgin to Artists Exposed anymore. Got your pair of cherry pop there.
Do I get a certificate or something?
Yes, I'll write you out a certificate of completion. And Keith, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we appreciate this, and we need all the support we can, and just let everybody know out there that D1 is a very serious company, taking it very seriously from a musical perspective. So let people know this is not a fly-by-night situation.
Yes.
Yeah, the music's slamming, so backs against the wall, boys.
All right. Peter McClain and Keith Kemper, thank you very much. Now we're going to take this out with Kimberly Davis's With You. So get ready to dance.
This is Peter McClain.
And Keith Kemper.
And we're D1 Music. And you're listening to
Tym Moss, Artists Exposed.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much to D1 Music, Peter McClain, and Keith Kemper. I had a great time talking and hanging out with you guys. Let's do it again real soon. Thank you very, very much. Well, that brings us to the close of another episode of Artists Exposed with Tym Moss. However, have no fear. There's lots more music coming your way. So stay